Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. You can do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman for some fantastic beard products that'll make your beard look and smell great. You can also go to TCG Player using the affiliate link below and shop there to help support the show. And last but absolutely not least, go to greyvikinggames.com with the link below to get those sweet arena codes. What is up, Planeswalkers? Justin, aka Six, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and today we're playing Bolas. I know it's not Wednesday, my dudes, but it's a new season of the channel where I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm gonna upload Bolas whenever I feel like it. And this one is a sweet one. We got Fires of Invention back, and I have crafted this Fires of Invention deck alongside my chat on streamed earlier today, and it did okay. It does have some struggles against very fast aggro, but then again, a lot of my Bolas control decks have troubles against very fast aggro. Typically this is like a Gruul or a mono red. But yeah, let's just hop into it. We got 3 Bloodchief's Thirsts. You'll notice that one of the things that is really good with Fires of Invention is Kicker. Very sadly, I was unable to keep all of the Kicker cards that I planned on utilizing. I'll actually show you. This was the full dump of all of the cards that I considered. Wizards Arena does not like to load large numbers. Yeah, I considered a lot of things, and it sucked for me to get rid of the 2 on-color inscriptions. And I did try out, and it worked decently well, a 70 card version. And the main thing here, you'll see I have Wandering Mind, I have Expressive Iteration, and Search for Azcanta, and then Shark Typhoon. But I was able to cut it down to 60 after some games and after some playing with the cards to get to this point. The Bloodchief's Thirst is great. Obviously, it's a versatile removal spell, but late in the game, when you have Fires of Invention out, you can pay 3 to kill a thing instead of 4. Obviously, you have Fires of Invention, so technically your mana doesn't matter at all, but still. 3 Thoughtseize, fantastic card. You're going to want to be able to just get your opponent's stuff. Technically speaking, Thought Erasure is better with Fires of Invention, because you don't care about the cost, and being able to surveil makes it so that your next draw is probably going to be a little bit better on average, and you don't take 2 damage. That said, Thoughtseize is much better than Thought Erasure in the early game, where you just need to be able to hit anything for 1 mana, play multiple spells in a turn, etc., etc. So that's why we're still rocking the 3 Thoughtseize. 4 Mazemind Tomes. This card is good. It's great when you have Fires of Invention. This obviously will help you to scry to make sure you're hitting your land drops, make sure you're not flooding out either. And then once you have something like Fires of Invention out, you can essentially just use this as excess draw. And when you're playing a Fires deck, really what you need to continue doing is accruing that card advantage, being able to utilize both of those spell casts every single turn, and preferably utilizing your mana as well. And we'll get into a few things that can help you utilize your mana. We got 3 Meathook Massacres. Look, it's a great board wipe. It's also an enchantment. So now we have Soul Transfer. We have Mirrorshell Crab. We have Prismari Command making a treasure, and we have Mazemind Tome for our artifacts. And then we have Meathook Massacre and Fires of Invention for our main deck enchantments. Soul Transfer is oft able to get both triggers, but usually this is just a good exile effect, right? There are plenty of things right now that are indestructible, or they can come back from the graveyard, etc., etc. Soul Transfer is just like, nah, goodbye. And if you're able to just get back a Bolas or a Bolas, even just getting back a Mirror Crab, right? Because this returns it to your hand. Getting back, in my opinion, the best card in the deck right now is fantastic to be able to use it again, right? You Fires of Invention, you use Soul Transfer, exile a thing, get this back, and then play like a Nicol Bolas, right? Like, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. 3 Prismari Commands. It deals damage to things. It can loot yourself, typically is what you'd be doing, because we don't have Narset. You can make a treasure token to ramp yourself, and you can yeet an artifact, which there are plenty of right now. Absolutely fantastic card. Kolaghan's Command is a bit worse, and the reason for that is the Return a Creature card is much worse than the benefit of getting a instant speed discard effect. So, 2 Mazemind's Acquisition. I think in the 70 card version I played 3 of these, but essentially the idea is with Fires of Invention out, we can just grab anything we want with Mazemind's Acquisition. And that's why we have an acquisition sideboard. We're still best of 3, and I'll talk about that in a second. But Mazemind's Acquisition just allows us to essentially have 2 additional copies of anything in our deck, and notably, you can still use Mazemind's Acquisition, like on turn 4, to get something to play on turn 5, right? Like if your opponent is playing some, like relatively aggressively, you can Mazemind's Acquisition for a Crux of Fate, or if you want to keep the board wipes in your deck, you can go get one of your board wipes from your, I was going to say extra deck, dude, from your sideboard. I'm playing a little bit too much Yu-Gi-Oh! 3 Nicol Bolas, I think it's pretty understandable why, but this version of Bolas is even better in this deck, because once you have that Fires out, you're not going to be using your mana. You can now use your mana while still developing more play, while still being able to interact with the board, right? That's one of the issues with Ravager in a non-Fires deck, is that, you have 7 mana. Do you, Crux of Fate to wipe away your non-dragons? Or do you go the Arisen route? You don't have to choose anymore. It's beautiful. Speaking of Crux of Fate, destroys all dragon creatures or destroy all non-dragon creatures. There are dragons running around, but if we have to, if we're fighting a dragon deck and we have a Bolas out, typically speaking, we don't care about this card dying, especially if we have something like Soul Transfer. We would much rather just have our opponents not have things. 3 Fires of Invention. I'm so glad this card is back. I will say, from playing at 5 mana, this card is very slow. But hopefully, that's what this early game is for, to help us get to the Fires. Because once we get to the Fires, we can do a bunch of cool things. Whoop-de-doo. It's awesome. 3 Nikki B's, the Dragon G's. Look, this card is just great, especially when you have Fires of Invention, right? Because it lets you draw cards. It is a removal spell, so you can play Fires and Bolas on turn 5 and be able to still interact with the board, right? Still affect the board in some positive way for yourself. And then it's also a win condition, right? Since we're going to be able to be drawing cards with him and plussing him, we'll be getting access to some removal and stuff, which can lead to my opponent not having a legendary creature or planeswalker on the field once I get to 8 loyalty. Really fantastic. 3 Mirrorshell Crabs. I was not exaggerating. I think this is probably one of, if not the best card in the deck. This card is amazing. You're not casting it, so it doesn't care about Fires. So you can counter something at instant speed. Additionally, you're not casting it, so your opponent can't, Dovin's Veto this. There are ways of countering this effect, for example, with an additional crab. However, theoretically, let's say we have Fires of Invention out. This is turn 6, for example. We play Mazemind's Acquisition. My opponent tries to counter it with something that can be countered, not a Dovin's Veto. We can counter it with Mirrorshell Crab. And if they Mirrorshell Crab, our Mirrorshell Crab, well, fun fact, if we're on turn 6, most likely going to have 6 mana, and we can just pay for the 3. It's great. It's fantastic. This card is amazing. It works with so many different facets of the deck. Absolutely divine. 1 Castle Vantress. Really great with Fires of Invention, obviously. Just being able to scry every turn. Scry 2 specifically means we can really set up our draws nicely. 1 Otawara. I'm actually playing 1 of each of the legendary lands from Kamigawa. These cards are great because, again, its channel works so nicely with Fires of Invention. So fantastically nicely. And it just really helps us to, maintain advantage. Especially, if we're flooding out, even if we don't have Fires of Invention, these aren't lands. I can use them essentially as a spell, and it's fantastic. This one allows us to bounce something, obviously, at instant speed, which is great, so that we could just, not die sometimes. Lockthwain is there to draw cards. It is worse than Vantress, because in a Fires deck, we're technically... there are chances that we just have a bunch of stuff in our hand that we can't play, like the small things that we don't want to cast over the bigger things, but it still can come in handy. I have a single Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I also had Hall of the Storm King, but I ended up cutting that just because it did cost more mana than I thought would cover the detriments of playing it. Takenuma allows us to get back a Bolas or a Bolas. Sokenzan, also not bad, right? This is potentially just free not free, but, you know, an instant speed, 2 blockers, right? And that can be the difference between life and death. Life and death. Then we have our multicolored lands. The mana base has been fine so far, but it possibly could use some sort of tweaking to be most advantageous. Should I be using should I be using Cam 1? Maybe I should. Maybe I'm supposed to be using Cam 1. We got Timeret, Chosen from Death. This is my main graveyard hate because it is something that I can use excess mana for. It's fantastic. Weathered Runestone, there's still plenty of stupid decks that try to keep getting things back from their graveyard or casting things from the top of the library, etc. Necromancer essentially is for combo decks because we will see those from time to time. Extinction Event, aggro decks. Shadow's Verdict, aggro decks. Enter the God Eternals, aggro / medium, like aggro mid-range decks. Scarab God, essentially anywhere that I deem it necessary, to be honest. Consuming Tide, honestly, mostly to get rid of enchantments. So what I can do here, right, with Consuming Tide is, like, if I have Fires of Invention, then I can cast Consuming Tide for free. Or I can cast something for free. Like, maybe a Mastermind's Acquisition, who knows, who cares. I can Consuming Tide, returning the Fires of Invention, and I can cast more things. Or I can just Consuming Tide, keep my Fires of Invention, and then cast a second spell if I hadn't cast anything else that turn. So there are a lot of potential upsides. I haven't actually gotten a chance to play it yet. Shadowstorm. I'm seeing a lot of artifact decks, alright? I just want to blow up their fucking lands. Dot Distortion. Control. Chandra. Control. Ugin. Control or specific spots where I might need it. Jin Cataxius. I haven't used it yet. I want to try it, though. God Pharaoh, Control, and Ugin against enchantment decks again, and just Control as well. Freaking 11-minute DeckTech. Jeez, guy. What's taking you so long? And I will admit I've only been doing play mode for right now with the deck because I wanna get more acquainted with it before I go into ranked. Even though it doesn't matter because I think I'm still in bronze rank. I have not played ranked, dude. Delicious. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start uploading like 3 vids a day. I'm really getting into it, man. Because I'm playing Elden Ring like every night, right? And I want you all to be able to come with me on that journey. I did think about Wizards. I did think about having like a second save file and just playing that offline, but then I wouldn't have the natural reactions, right, of playing novel content. So I'm just gonna play how I usually do, record, and I'm probably going to upload a Elden Ring. Jeez, fucking, I can't speak words. Also, the magic content, I still need to not swear too much. Elden Ring, probably one at 4 a.m. and one at 8 p.m. That way I should have something every 8 hours. And then the noon spot will still be the normal, like, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever content. I mean, I have lands. I technically have spells. I do only have 1 black, which I'm just now realizing. My opponent, Volrath, still thinking about if they want to... Oh, right. Yeah, so I crashed earlier on stream. So, since I crashed, I don't have my emotes again. Wizards, fix that. Okay. Oh, yeah, also I made this bigger. So, hopefully you can all see these, like, numbers and percentages a little bit better. That makes me sad. I'm just going to play this here. Consider... Alright, this is probably going to be a Phoenix deck. It's my guess. Although, does Phoenix decks play Den of the Bugbear? No, it seems like a Phoenix deck. I do like me a Meathook Massacre. I will need to actually get more black mana. Hey, look at that. We're gonna get rid of Stormwing. Because, yeah, it costs 3. Yeah, so they could opt into Stormwing next turn, so I would have rather that they didn't. You can still opt here, and they should opt before they play a land. Yeah. My opponent knows what they're doing. Okay. Setting up for the following turn. I would like a black source, please. Ask and you shall receive. Now the question is, do I play the Meathook now? I think I am going to Meathook. Yeah. I'm going to Meathook here, go back to 14. If they play Phoenix, I can exile it. If they play Crackling Drake, which I would rather they didn't do. Uh-oh. The thing is, I don't want to see multiple Phoenix here. One Phoenix, that's fine. Many Phoenix, no thank you. So that's one spell so far. 2 spell. You gotta have the 3 spell. That's not a spell. Also, thanks for the life. Well, free Dragon God is free Dragon God, I guess. You'll love to see it. They can see it. Alright, well, they don't know that I'm playing Fires. Here we bring in Timoret, we bring in Necromentia, we bring Extinction Event, we don't bring in Shadow's Verdict. We bring in... Theoretically, you could bring in Thought Distortion, but I don't know if I need to. We bring in Weathered Runestone for sure. What things do I want to take out? Let's see. I think we actually get rid of Bolas. Bolas is good, but if I need a win con, I can always get it with Mazemind's Acquisition. Or I can kill them with Hive. So I think we want to cut Bolas here. And maybe cut 1 Meathook Massacre. Yeah, I think that's fine. We kept in the Bloodchief's Thirst because it's a little bit easier to kill things like Crackling Drake with them. It kills the Sprite Dragon easily, so that's my thoughts there. This hand has lands and spells in it. One mulligan, that's always nice. And yeah, we're down to keep this. I am probably going to play Watery Grave tapped first. Then the Hive, because I want all my things to come in untapped, frankly. But theoretically, on turn 3, I can just hold up Mirrorshell Crab. Wow. My opponent apparently is very much getting mana flooded, which I'm fine with. Sprite Dragon, sure. Land spell? Nope, just land attack. You do like to see it. I have Craft. I'm fine just like messing up their card fixing. Because here I'm just gonna play Takenuma and play a Bolas. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Takenuma, play Bolas. Bolas blocks this nicely. Obviously my opponent could like Pillar Flame it or whatever. They only have lands in there, so the Delirium card doesn't matter. Lightning Axe, fair. And they're down to 1 card in hand, so just play fires Bolas. Yeah, I don't love taking 2 damage here. Because my opponent could have a counterspell. Might be a Shark Typhoon? Shark Typhoon, I think, makes the most sense. Brazen Borrower, maybe? Gotcha. So I'll be on 6 mana next turn. Ow. I think I'm going to acquisition for a crab. Alright. That just has to die now. 3? Are you a dragon? You are a dragon! Oh, that could have been awkward. Then I just animate my Hive. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I attack. I consume the Sprite Dragon. I have this, I have this. Sprite Dragon, okay. Painful. Mazemind Tome, you'll love to see it. I'm actually going to Mazemind Tome draw here. It just means I missed 3 damage, but I don't think that's going to matter. Okay, so we're going to acquisition next turn. And we pass. Crackling Drake, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I get a land... Nice. So I got a land. Would they end up trading here? Now, correct decision is grab Extinction Event, which is in my main deck right now. Then we activate Bolas. Then we Extinction Event on even. Get rid of those. Then we return our Bolas. And they lose their card. I will probably scry. I'm at 7. There are definitely ways I can bite the dust here. Hey, you leave my Bolas alone. Got there. Cool, cool. I was gonna say you'll love to see it, but I already have 4 of those. I don't know. It also is saying things are new. I was about to cancel and then re-up my emotes. But that would take time out of the video. Although I guess I could just pause the video. I cancel first to make sure it actually cancels. And then I pause. And magically like that, we're back in the queue. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I really like the origami artifact thing. I love to go first. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. They mulliganed. Okay, I'm probably going to play the Shipwreck Mark. I'm probably going to play this first just so I can Thoughtseize them on turn 2 instead of playing Mazemind Tome. Then turn 3, I just have Prismari Command. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Black-red. They Inquisition me. Okay. So they might take my Thoughtseize. In which case I just shock play Mazemind Tome. I'm fine with that. Play this tapped. Thoughtseize them. I see. I would like to keep the Prismari Command. You top decking bastard. Wait, really? That? Okay. Do they get a third land? They do, but it's not something they can use. I could just hit them for 2. The only real reason to do so is if I draw either Nikki B or Fires. I'll do it. Because I can also just Rapinia. Make a treasure. Because I can also next turn just Masterminds into Fires. Or I can just play Bolas. I'd probably get rid of this, if I had to guess. Because I'd put instant there. I was right. This needs 4, right? Yeah. Hello, Arcanist. Nice to meet you. Grab a Bloodchief's Thirst to kill the Arcanist. Then they'll be able to kill my Bolas. The thing is, if I don't use my Mazemind's Acquisition now, I'm going to lose it. I think the best value prospect for me is to get Mazemind Tome here. And then I'm not going to give them the free attack. Like if they want to use Arcanist, they have to. Oh right, they're just going to do that. I'm stupid. I missed 4 damage. Curse my low intellect. Attack? I don't... Hello? Hello? I love these emotes, man. I do. I really do. They're like the best. Exile it? That's fine. They're like the frickin' best, man. I took a damage. No. And we scry. Why did you shock yourself? Yeah, I'm fine with that. And we have the mana for it, so we're going to do that. Shoot. Yeah, unfortunately we're doing this. Because I forgot that they could just get Thoughtseize. So here they get to play their Pyromancer. I think I made a mistake. No, because they would have. The thing is, they would have attacked. I take 2 to make a thing go right. I take 2 to make it out of sight. Pain. It wants me to discard each one who didn't. Okay, it wants me to technically discard a land or a non-land. I'm discarding a land, though. I guess I could have done that, but it wouldn't have been good, really. No thanks. I think technically the correct decision is to just scry here. Is it? Man, I really don't know. Opponent, you can't pay for it. I don't understand. Is this connectivity issues? Hey, Wizards, no, it'd be great if we could see if either player's having connectivity issues. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, the game that just came out, it has that feature. It would be really great if we could have that on Arena. I need to make a video that's just like 5 to 10 things other card games do better than Arena. Obviously, it would be coming from... They concede there? What? I was in a rough spot. They had active frickin' Croxa. Why? All right. Verdict for sure. I do like Timoret in this style of deck. Runestone. Runestone does help, generally. Extinction Event, though, I'm not sure I want Extinction Event. I do like Thought Distortion against this deck, but I don't know if I want to have it in my hand. Leave life bleed out in my hand again. Love, life, bleeding, and I wanted you away. You don't remember. Well, I do. Something, reason why. Yeah, I like some Fuel songs. Wait, was that? No, wait. Yeah, Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is Fuel. Hemorrhage, parentheses, in my hands, parentheses. There's also, and the bittersweet now. Swallow the pill. And drag through the fail. All these things I carry now. And the bittersweet now. The bittersweet. Oh, the bittersweet. My opponent. Hey, why are you sideboarding so long? I'm trying to make a video here, man. I don't know what's happening. I'm very, very confused. There we are. Let's roll. By the way, if you want to see the creation of this deck, head over to my second channel, Six and Stuff, where I will be posting my Twitch VODs. I should probably do that. Well, no, I'm going to record more Elden Ring. I'm going to post this. Then I'm probably going to upload like 9 Elden Ring videos. Don't worry, I'm not going to have them all come out at the exact same time or anything. I'm just going to space them out. I am going to assume that my opponent left and or disconnected. I hope they didn't think will question mark. Will what? I think Will what's better. Name of the emote. I hope they didn't think Will what was BM. I was legitimately confused as to what was happening. So how was everyone's February? Mine was good. Sort of. I got to play Spellboard EDH again. Spell Table EDH. I need to just invite people myself and just be like, hey, I wanna frickin' play some damn DDH. Cool. 38 minutes. 11 of those minutes were DeckTech. So you all deserve another match. And I'm gonna give that match to you. It's 11? Why is it so late? Says the guy who woke up at 11. I only woke up 12 hours ago. I guess that would track, because I sleep like 9 to 10 hours, which only gives me, what, 14 to 15 hours of waking time? Arena allows you to see which of your friends are playing right now. You can challenge and chat with them whenever they are online. This is a lie. You actually cannot challenge them from this friend thing, specifically for Historic Brawl. As a dirty lie. Nike forever? All about that Adidas. For what it's worth, just before anyone comments, or comment anyway, because it's fun. The way I pronounce that is Adidas. I actually don't say Adidas. Just putting that out there. This hand's fine. We got lands and spells. Now, the real question is, what do I cut here? Like, against Aluris, I'm going to assume it's auras. I think I have to get rid of the fires here. We start off with Hive, I suppose. Well, this is not... It's not auras. Oh, me, it's Mill. Hey, deck, could you not, please? I guess I should have dropped a land. Drop the base. I'm legit debating on whether or not I should concede the first game so that I decrease the amount of my deck that they've seen. But at this point, they've seen Fires, they've seen Mazemind's Acquisition, so... Yep, and now they've seen Bolas, so they know everything about my deck at this point. I lose Crux of Fate, I lose my second Crux of Fate. Coward doesn't even attack with a Ruin Crab. What a pathetic loser. Oh no, sorry, they're playing in Rogue Mill in the year of our science 2020. Although I still vote that we change the calendar away from the Gregorian because it's stupid. Because fucking September, October, November, and December don't track the right months anymore. I have drawn nothing but lands. I've drawn nothing but lands. And I'm mulligan, so that's... Yeah, I've drawn 3 lands in a row. Oh, this ratio is terrible. Like, they're also milling only, like, my good cards. Fucking coward. And they're going to counter it, and I'm going to concede. They're going to have the blue-black one. You probably don't like looking at the... Drown in the lock? Oh, just Charm? That's fine. Where's I going to concede? We're already down to 33. I had, like, nothing. Changed event, Shadow's Verdict. Chandra? Honestly, I think I just need more early interaction for this deck. I'm not gonna mulligan this. Just gonna play Thoughtseize on turn 2 and turn 3. I'm trying to play for the long game. Yep. So in not taking crab, I essentially forced them to play crab into this stupid dude. And then this turn I can play Mazemind Tome. Oh, Bloodchief's Thirst. I'm definitely gonna play Thoughtseize. I might not end up playing Mazemind Tome. Yeah, I think I gotta kill that. Maybe I should have let them keep their counter spells and gotten rid of their creatures. I don't know. I needed that land, actually. Apparently I didn't. We cast this kind of hoping that they counter this? No. It doesn't matter. Doesn't that have flash? It does have flash. Why did you cast it now? I think I play the slow line so that I can get the Soaring Thoughtseize as well. The one risk, right? The one risk is that they top deck a counter spell. Other than that, everything should be fine. They can, so I guess technically it's the top two. Yep, that's fine. Because they're going to sack that to draw a card. Down to... Okay, I still have 40 cards, so that's fine. I have lost some good things. 2, 4, 8, down to 4, which is not great. I was just saying, unless they have a ninja. I don't like that they didn't put Luris in their hands. So they have Wind Robber. If they have a counterspell, they have a counterspell. They can counter Crux of Fate anyway. So, like, I live and die here if they have a counterspell regardless. So I might as well play Fires. Did they top take the counter? No. Destroy all non-dragons. Now, I assume they sack the Wind Robber. Do they top deck the counter? I can also just die to double Soaring Thought Thief. They top deck the counter. Wasn't there a board wipe? Where destroyed like all creatures. Was it 2 or less or 3 or less? I think it was 2 or less. Oh, it's Path of Peril. I think that is worth running. I think Jin has to get the boot. Because against control, right? Am I getting Jin first or am I getting Bolas first? I'm getting Bolas first. Actually, I'm probably getting Chandra first. Because Chandra can't be countered and it puts a guaranteed clock on them. So I think I have to get rid of Jin. And I think I'm going to bring in Path of Peril. And you might be saying, but you'll never be able to kick it. Or cleave it. That's where you're wrong. Because I'm going to do something that I actually initially did. I am going to put in... That was an alchemy card, right? Yeah. I'll put in a single Forsaken Crossroads. I think I'm going to cut the Castle Lochthwain. It's very rare that I'll be able to gain life. So for what it's worth, this is not something that's going to come up often. But the decks where I'm siding this in, I'm going to most likely be using it at 3 mana. And the decks where I'm Mastermind's acquisitioning for it, hopefully I'll have the Crossroads. If I don't, I have other board wipes that will hopefully do the job. I don't like that I'm saying hopefully so much, but, you know, it is what it is. If only I had, God, what's that card? Damnation. Hey, Wizards! It would be really cool. It would be really very, very awesomely cool if you could please, please, please give black control players Damnation. I'm going to speak for everyone here and say, we'll take Mutilate. Okay? Mutilate might even technically be a little bit better. Who knows? But throw us a bone here, Wizards. White has so many board wipes. They have a 3-mana board wipe that's actually really good. It's really good. Could you throw us a bone? Please? Because the board wipes you have right now, they're not cutting it. Not in this environment. Localized entirely in my kitchen. Come on. Let's open it back. Throw us a freaking bone here, people. Gotta make that into a brawl deck. I made it into an EDH deck, and I don't think I like it. I gotta play with it a little bit more, but I'm not the biggest fan. Okay, yeah, I was just making sure you didn't get card styles. Anyway, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons for the continued support. If you'd like to join them supporting the show, you'll find links down in the description below. Do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, all will be one.